Hi folks, Ian Baker here. We're going to go over the all-new 2020 Arctic Wolf 3660 Suite. And they have done some awesome changes to the Arctic Wolf. I love it. One of the things you'll notice right away is how bright it is in here. They have much lighter woods than what we've seen in the past. A lot of manufacturers are doing that for the fall changes. I'm very thankful. I know a lot of other viewers are too. You'll also see a ton of lighting, not just your standard LED lights, but you have blue accent lights everywhere. You have them above the slide fascias. You have them here underneath the theater seating, underneath the countertop, up above your light fixture, above the center island. You will see that they have a ton of lighting in here. Now for this floor plan itself, folks, the 3660 Suite is essentially a mid-bunk unit. If you haven't seen them before, you're going to love it. For me, it works perfect for my stage of life because it gives me a spot where I can relax, hang out with the family, and I also have an extra bedroom, whether it be for the kids, whether it be for friends, family, whoever may come visit. I think this is a fantastic layout. You will also notice dual opposing slides here in the main living area, helping to open up that main living space. Let's start off on the campside slide, and one of the things I do want to talk about right away are these zebra shades. So these are pretty cool. It's something that is exclusive to the Cherokee line of travel trailers and fifth wheels, which Arctic Wolf is part of that line. And basically, if you can kind of see how they work. So right now it kind of filters the light through, lets some natural light in. You can move it just ever so slightly like so, and then as you will notice, it completely blacks it out. So depending on where you want the window, you can kind of move it like so, and then to put it up, you just do the same thing if you want full light in. Looks a little crazy, you know, when you're looking at it when it's going up or down, but I think it's a pretty neat system. And as I mentioned, they have this in all the new fall 2020 stuff for the Cherokee line, exclusive to them. Very neat. You have a freestanding table and chairs here, your big entertainment center. The reason this comes out so far is there is an outside kitchen on this. We're not going to go out there today, but there is the outside kitchen with the double door refrigerator. Part of it is a fridge, other part's a freezer. So, you know, for me, that's great because I like to have a bar outside when I go camping, and it gives me a spot for some of my beer on one side, you know, my liquor on the other. But either way, it is just nice, of course, having that fridge out there if you have kids, pop, condiments, things like that. Your TV will go right in the center, fireplace there underneath, of course, as I mentioned, nice bright wood. They have gone to a little bit darker pulls. Rather than like a brushed nickel, you'll see like an oil rub bronze there. Good storage up top. You have the sofa along the back. You have your end tables there with electrical outlets, USB ports, same thing. The zebra shades all the way around. Wall sconces, as I mentioned, it is very well lit in here. And then on the off-door side is the theater seating. Thomas Paine collection, extremely comfortable. Cup holders in the center as well as on the side. You will also see that this, as you can notice, they light up. It has a vibration feature and it is heated, so that way you can really kick back, relax. It's just absolutely awesome on those cold days. Right next to that, we get into the kitchen area. So you'll see you do have a little bit of prep space here as well as an electrical outlet. Personally, I would put my coffee maker here, but that's just me. You know, obviously you can use that for whatever. You have the decorative backsplash, your Greystone 3-burner cooktop. These light up too. You know, as I mentioned, there's blue lights everywhere in this. It does have the oven for baking, storage underneath. Of course, storage up top with your streamlined Greystone hood there. And a brand new Furion refrigerator. This is a 10 cubic foot refrigerator, so bigger than what you get in most. A lot of times you'll have either a 6 or 8 cubic foot. Most of the time fifth wheels go with 8, but this is actually a 10. It's a little bit cooler. My more favorite part about it, the thing I really like about it, is the fact that it is a 12-volt compressor driven refrigerator. It's low energy consumption, meaning that if you're just running it off batteries, they say you'll get about 4 days of usage on here, which is incredible for not having to plug in or run a generator. You'll notice the big main prep space, the peninsula right here. You have the seamless countertops. I like the sink as well. They kind of went a little bit away from your traditional stainless, went with almost like more of like a gunmetal look. It's a little bit darker, which I personally think is awesome. You'll also see the high rise, again, darker faucet, helping to create the contrast with the light countertops. Storage underneath, including underneath the sink. You'll see there your sink top covers as well as plenty of space for a trash can, and you have storage right along here. Along with that, of course, on this side is also an electrical outlet and dual USB port. As we make our way around, will come on over, and this, as I mentioned, is the bonus room or bunk room, whatever you want to call it. It essentially gives you additional sleeping space and privacy. Now, the thing I like about this too, as I mentioned, is it's a great spot for people to sleep, but also I've had couples that, you know, they like to kind of have their own space. They like to have separation, especially if you're going to be living in it. You know, if you're traveling and you spend, you know, months at a time in here. Even though I love my wife, you know, sometimes we need our own space. And this allows you to have that. You have the main living room. Someone can be out there watching TV. Someone else can be sitting right here on this sofa, and you have TV straight across just like you do out there. So it gives you that separation if you want it. 300-pound weight capacity on the top bunk too. That, of course, does fold up and out of the way, giving you full access to that sofa. And that does fold out for additional sleeping space. Plus, as you can see, you have pretty deep storage in here, which is fantastic. Making our way back out and around, your control panel will be here on the wall, including your leveling system. If you don't know how to use it, no problem. You'll see right here they have a sticker for the one control, so that way you can actually use an app on your phone and control a lot of things like the light and stuff like that right on your phone, which is pretty fantastic. Spot to hang your jackets, you gotta love that. It's a little small for me, you know, personally. They probably needed one hanger in here because I don't know that I could get, you know, 2 sweatshirts in there, but something is better than nothing. You will also notice the ladder. That way you can climb up into the loft. So not only do you have that extra bunk area, you also have a loft, a great additional sleeping spot here. Works really well in a pinch. You can see it's large enough for 2 adults. You also have hookups right up top there, including a cable outlet. So if you want to watch TV, you want to put TV up there, you know, that way the kids have TV up top as well as down below. It can accommodate that. Moving into the bathroom, take a seat right down here. Porcelain bowl, folks. That's great because it stays looking nicer for a longer period of time, a lot easier to clean. Plenty of room for my legs as well as my shoulders, no issues whatsoever. Shower off to the side. I'll take a step in here. Folks, I'm 6 foot tall. As you can see, I have plenty of room. No issues there either. It has the Nautilus door system, which just pulls like that, goes right back in. It's like mildew resistant, so you don't have to worry about that at all either. And you'll also notice the big fan right up top. Behind the door, it's kind of tucked away, but there is a medicine cabinet, mirrored medicine cabinet up top, as well as a large sink right down below. And lastly, we move into the bedroom. So, couple things I really like about this bedroom. When you step on in, one of the first things you will notice is the slide out king size bed. And folks, that is a 72 by 80 inch bed. You get the full 80 inches. That's a huge deal having that residential king size bed. Far too often the king beds in RVs are short, and then you know your legs end up hanging off and it's just no good. Not the case here. You do get the full 80 inch length. Windows on both sides for cross ventilation. You have reading lights there too. Take a look over to this side though. This is something that you normally don't get. You have a monstrous extra storage area right there. So a big wardrobe, plus you have the mirrored doors here. You have additional wardrobe space right up top. And as I mentioned, folks, that's something you normally just don't get, is having that much storage. Big hanging rod going across the top. And if you want to shut both of those, you have basically a full-length mirror so you can see yourself in the morning. Last thing I want to touch on is if you want to watch TV in here, no problem there. You have the wall mount connections for it right up top. And not only do you have the 2 large wardrobes, but you also have additional dresser right underneath.